Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, we are freaking live. What's up, guys? Holy shit, what a dubstep stream, huh? What a dubstep stream. We finally hit the freaking 100 points. Bro, I'm so happy. Guys, you have no idea how happy I am. Gonze, Jetlag, Chaco, Chasing the Miles, Cyfrost, 4925k, Cyfrost. I said Cyfrost 2 times. Arimor, Run. What's happening, guys? Happy Monday, huh? I hate Monday's trading, but Monday was the day where we finally hit the freaking trade. Oh, guys, that felt so freaking good. Meli, what's happening, my friend? That was such a banger short, huh? Alena Kehovic, what's up, my friend? How you doing, guys? Now it's time to probably trade. Now it's probably time to trade the new fresh combine. I think that's we are kind of, I think, done with the XFA. Unless there's a really good setup, I'm willing to take it on XFA. But man, what a trade! How was your weekend, guys? How's your trading been? Have you taken any trades on Monday? Man, Monday is so ass to trade always. Monday is a little bit difficult to trade. But we are keeping the green streak, man. It's I think he said 97 days. No, it should be 96 days. It should be 96 days. Should be 96 days, but so we potentially can make the record this week. And that's gonna be Puffer. What's up, my friend? What's up, Puffer? Yeah, I mean, this market actually went to my entry and gave another 100 points. There was some news. Let's see what's the news was. Financial choice. What do we have for news? There was something. Iran rejects ceasefire in reply to US via Pakistan. Iran demands a permanent end to a war. Okay, interesting. I think Trump is speaking soon as well. I think Trump will be speaking soon as well, guys. We'll see. Yeah, man, it's kind of like I hit my profit target for the day, and now I'm going to, like, what should I do now? Like, should I go hard with this combine? That's an option. That's an option to trade a little bit size with this combine. And this market is choppy as fuck right now. This hourly candle, I don't know. I thought we're gonna have even or breakout. Armin Badao, what's up? Yeah, Chasing the Miles, I saw it as well. Iran rejects the beast. Have you made any money? Yes, sir. I was on Topstep TV, hit 100 points. And now we're chilling. The green streak lives. Could you walk us through that trade? Yeah. I mean, for me, the biggest reason to enter that trade was I always look like, so when New York opens, then let me go on a cleaner chart, then you understand. When New York opens, right? Then this 4-hour candle that is currently open has been open for almost 1 hour. So 30 minutes after the New York open, that's when this candle opens. So if you look on 4-hour charts, every single 4-hour most of the time has wicks, right? There are some rare occurrences here and these are small wicks and so on, right? But this is not also New York. This is I think pre-market. I don't know. Anyways, when this 4-hour open, especially the 4-hour opening when the New York opens. So 30 minutes after open, it usually moves quite aggressively. And then when I was on Topstep TV, I noticed that, where was it? Yeah, here. I had this. Why did I have this? No, I didn't have this. But I saw this. Let me go in even on 1 minute. This was the new 4-hour opening, right? This was the 4-hour opening. And for me, that wick was a little bit too aggressive. I don't think we have a reason to be super bullish, even though I was a little bit bullish on the Topstep TV today. You know my drill. If I go on EMA chart, let me find the EMA chart. Where is the EMA chart? Okay. When I go on the EMA chart, we are still below those high time frame EMAs, right? We are below that 200 EMA. Yeah, we are holding a support on the 1 hour, on the hour 100 EMA. But when that 4-hour opened so bearish, I saw a few things. One is 5 minutes gave us the bull trap. I have the YouTube upload explaining this, but we hit the bull trap when this 4-hour opened. And we also hit on my second monitor when I was on Topstep TV. I had this chart open, and when that 1 minute, when that 4-hour candle opened, I saw that ES hit the VWAP activation bands. So I was like, okay, for me to get into this trade based on the VWAP activation bands kind of makes sense, because we have kind of touched them today a few times on the pre-market and in Asia. And like I always praised, the more you kind of fight with those VWAP activation bands, the more times you kind of try to get past them. Especially here we break them, but that's overnight session, that's a little bit different. The more we fight with them, the more stronger they are. So yeah, I saw this, the candle opening, higher time frame still bearish. Even if we have a bullish day, we usually have a nice few pullbacks before we start the trend. These things like combined, and that's it. There wasn't so many technical things. It was a little bit intuition, VWAP activation bands, pair, bull trap, and higher time frame bias. Because again, I believe that you can have a high time frame bearish bias, you can rally, and that's what I was kind of thinking is gonna happen. That we're gonna get the Monday zombie rally, but seems that the market wants to sell off. We have news as well. Iran rejected ceasefire, so I wouldn't be surprised if we actually keep dumping. Drunkenness, what's up, my man? YX squared, thank you. Reverse orb right now. I mean, I don't like this trade. We are dumping based on the, yeah, might be okay trade, not for me. We are now below 50-minute EMA as well. Yes, we have the 100 EMA, but I feel the market is reacting quite bearish. I don't like longs in this market. I really don't like. Wait, I need to switch the account. Might be not the worst idea, right? Because if you take this trade, your stop loss can be like right below that 15-minute range, which is not bad trade in terms of the risk reward. But it's just like we had such a bullish pre-market, then the first opening was choppy. Like this whole thing looks like okay, let's zoom out a little bit, right? We opened from here yesterday on Sunday night, right? We've been rallying for 16 hours. For 16 hours we had an uptrend, and now we have this kind of like, I think a lot of people will call it like liquidity sweep candle. Like it really does look it. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's 5 hours from now and we are kind of doing this, and then you're like, oh yeah, that was like obvious liquidity grab, as they call it, and we go down. I don't know, I feel it's super hard to long this market unless you get like really from a strong level. Right now we are in the support area. I don't want to talk you out of the trade as well. It's just I can't see myself taking this trade. But I mean, reverse orb in a sense that we got rejected from the orb high kind of supports the idea. I don't know. I would say even maybe a little bit blind to trades because I'm not looking for trades anymore. Maybe that's that as well. But I have few combine accounts to do. I have this one, and then I also have in Tradify. I have 3 accounts. Stay man, what's up? How's it going? Kinda done for the day. Doing good. I was on Topstep TV. Executed 100 points, man. Finally, I'm so proud to say it. I've been on Topstep TV now, I don't know, 7-8 times. And that was always kinda my like goal. Have 100-point trades in Topstep TV. Now it happened. Now I'm like, what's next? What's next? I achieved what I wanted from the Topstep TV. Now it's like what's next to take? 200 points? But man, trading on Topstep TV is so much harder than doing it on here with you guys. I don't know why. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but it always feels like, you know. We'll see. I mean, this market is choppy. You can play the range, I guess. We have hourly closing. I don't see anything. I don't know. I think this market is waiting for any kind of news. What that news could be? But let's put news on the side. Let's discuss something that I probably haven't discussed on this channel, but that I always wanted to. What I'm seeing in the markets. I'm curious of your thoughts. Worries about alpha decay impossible with my liquidity. The thing is with alpha decay is the liquidity is the issue. A lot of like I trade, for example, this 15-minute 9 EMA retest and so on. And let's say you have an edge with this 15-minute 9 EMA or whatever strategy you're using. The bigger boys, the bigger institutions, they can't exploit those edges because for them to trade the same strategy, they need to reduce their liquidity, they need to reduce their order size, which doesn't make sense for them. So I don't really believe in alpha decay in retail level. Again, and I don't have any specific one strategy with one rule set. It's more, what they call it, what's the correct word for not trading exactly based on one clear rule set. God damn, I don't remember the freaking word. If I remember, I'll tell you. But the point is, I don't really believe in alpha decay in retail because again, like I think it's the best thing you can have in this market is to be a retail trader. Yeah, you can say that those big boys have more information, they have more liquidity, they can actually move the market, and they have the Bloomberg terminals to get the news before you, and they have algorithms and bots and so to say machine learned, I don't know, AI, what is trading for them based on all the different signals and so on. Yeah, but they don't have what you have, which is getting filled instantly and not affecting the price. So I think being a retail trader in trading is the best position you can be if you just want to have this as your professional job. I wouldn't want to trade this in a big bank or hedge fund. You can't exploit the same entries, you can't exploit the same edges, same strategies. Discretionary, yes, Ran, exactly. My trading is so discretionary as well. Like how do you gonna alpha decay me? That's why I'm not afraid to, you know, I've seen a lot of Reddit comments and discussion like, all the unprofitable traders are selling courses and all the profitable traders are hiding themselves because they don't want to reveal their edge and so on. I I agree in terms of unprofitable traders selling courses. I mean, there's a point there, but I don't think that all, like, trading allows you to hide yourself, right? You can live in a farm, in a ranch. You don't need to speak with anyone. You can just do your thing, have money for food and traveling and everything, and you don't need to show yourself to anyone, or you don't need to speak with anyone. But I think there is nothing regarding like, oh, I'm gonna hide my trading because if others gonna find out how I trade and they're gonna become profitable, I don't have the profitability anymore. I don't believe it in it, because again, like liquidity, you as a retail trader, even if you move, let's say 10 micros, 1 mini, which in most brokers required you to have like 50k balance to just to trade 1 mini. You need like 50k as a balance. So think how small 1 mini actually is for the bigger players, right? They're moving thousands of contracts in a day, hundreds in one trade. So I think it's just like, I feel like everyone in trading space is worried about the wrong things. Oh, what if I show my strategy to others, then I can't win anymore? What if I this on ICT, then I'm gonna be a better trader? Oh, what if I shit talk about someone's strategy, then I'm gonna be better? Like, the whole space is focusing on wrong things. Like, what you should be focusing on the markets. And again, that's my opinion. I can be full of shit, don't get me wrong. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just pressing the buttons, right? But I think like the only thing you should focus on trading again is yourself and how I think about the market. Again, I'm not saying it's correct or right or wrong, but how I'm thinking about market is how is the general public feeling of the market. And that's, I give you really good examples. So when the war started in Iran, it was during the weekend and everyone said, oh, I'm gonna long gold on Monday, I'm gonna short NQ, and then I'm gonna long oil and everything, right? That's what everyone is feeling in the market, or that was what everyone was feeling in the market. And what happened was we had like super bullish 2 weeks. Yeah, we had ups and downs, and it was range market, but we had a lot more bullish days than people expected when the war started, right? Even me, I wanted to only short because it didn't make sense for me to long this market while this bullshit is going on. So what I'm trying to say is, don't focus on other people's strategies. I know you guys here in my stream are, I would say, much more adult in that sense. It's just something I've seen on social media where everyone is like, oh, you're gambling, what the fuck is that strategy, you know? Like, I see this comment. Maybe I'm just seeing so much trading content, and that's why I'm thinking that's the majority. But like, think like how I think every day coming into the markets, or what I'm trying to always think is like, what are probably most people feeling in terms of the market? Let's say if there was a super bearish expectation, and you know the market sentiment is super bearish, and then you have like 3 days of zombie rallying where we don't go down, we have super bullish days. That kind of like makes me think like, the market is now probably switching to bullish because their shorts got burned, and now might be the good time to short. That's why I love and hate zombie rallies. When zombie rallies happen, I hate to trade them because I usually try to reverse them. I get burned, and also when you try to go with them, they kind of grind too slowly that you're too anxious when you're in a trade. But I love zombie rallies because usually that just means that it builds up for potential reversal in the upcoming days. So what I'm trying to say is, or what I'm always thinking in those markets is, what kind of feeling is this market giving to everyone? Like, is it making everyone feel that shorts are not working and it's super bullish? What needs to happen in the market open to kind of confirm their idea and then reverse? You know what I mean? Like, I think the market is so big in terms of for us to retail, that it's more about the psychology of the overall market than than the, not the technicals, but all the like sophisticated, all the macro news and order flow. Like order flow is really good, don't get me wrong, but some people really get really into every single detail, like, oh, I need to follow a million signals and news and everything. You need to be aware of them, but for me, like, how I think of the market is like, what is this market trying to make me feel, or what is this market probably making feel, like, how is the market making others feel right now? Is it kind of portraying itself like super bullish that you can't fail if you're long, or same thing vice versa? Like that's how I analyze the market. I don't know if it makes sense for you. I hope it a little bit does. But yeah, don't be afraid that someone is gonna steal your strategy and you're gonna start losing money. Like every single strategy has a time and place. The same 15-minute orb, right? It works some weeks, some days extremely well. Right now, if you will trade 15-minute orb as a breakout, you would have 2 losing trades, right? You would have losing trades from this breakout, and you would have losing trade from this breakout, because we actually closed 5-minute candle above the orb. So it doesn't really, like, it matters what strategy you have, but you're never gonna find a strategy where you're gonna win 100% of the time. It's more your job to find the days where your strategy makes more sense to trade, and then if you achieve the discipline to not trade on the days, if you achieve the discipline to not trade on the days where the market is showing you that, hey, your strategy is good but not for today, then again you have another kind of achievement as a trader, because not trading is bigger skill than people realize. People are like, oh yeah, I can be one day without trading. Well, can you? Like even me, it's so hard. It's so hard to not trade every day. We get our dopamine, we get everything, we get our money, everything. Stay main, one of your messages got deleted, so if you had any questions, just ask again. How long have you been trading? What do you recommend beginners to do after they trade for the day? You mean what I recommend for beginners to do after they finish trading? I mean, I am beginner as well, right? 2 years is not a long time in this market. I plan to trade all my life, so I'm 29 years old, so if I trade all my life, that 2 years is nothing in the long run, right? But I think like every beginner trader, and this week I'm gonna start dropping videos where I'm gonna go back to into really basics, and I'm gonna do, like I told you guys, I'm gonna do like a boot camp. It will not be with editor, it will not be with fancy edit. It's just gonna be me recording raw videos for you and just trying to give everything that I tell you on streams, or like what's in my mind with different characters, and characters for me are indicators and so on. So what I will do as a beginner, well, I think the most important thing is you gain those chart hours or market hours, because you can learn, you can watch YouTube videos, and they will help you in terms of understanding other people's strategies, understanding other people's ideas, why they enter into a trades. But you, in the end, you are the one who presses the button, right? Whether you use your phone or mouse. So I would say, like, if you ask what's the recipe for success for my streak or so on, it's just like really living in the markets. Like you're not gonna trade 24/7, but just looking at the markets, how it behaves. And the more I look the market, the more I feel like, okay, I start to understand what it wants to do or potentially wants to do, right? So I know you want answer which is like, do this and you're gonna be successful, or do this and you're gonna figure out trading. But I would say the most important thing is market hours, because yes, I can tell you that don't trade when you gain those market hours. I mean, don't overtrade, but I know it's gonna happen with most people. It happened with me as well. The more I spent on the markets in the beginning, the more I traded, the more I lost money and everything. But at the same time, it's kind of win-win situation, because even if you overtrade in the beginning with those when you're gaining those market hours, then you will get burned so much that you start disciplining yourself, if it makes sense. Like for me, it was like the most painful days in the markets were the biggest lessons, or they were the days where I learned the most. I was like, okay, I really want to understand what the fuck did I screw up, what did I do wrong, why did I enter there, did I feel FOMO, and so on. So I think, like, as a beginner, there is no easy way out of watching one YouTube video and then you're gonna be a profitable trader, because again, like, I believe that if you give 10 people the same strategy, maybe only 2 of them will actually be profitable for, let's say, 6 months, because there's other factors, right? There's how do you control yourself when there's no setup. I think it's one of the hardest things to do. If you don't have setup for 5 hours and you've been looking at the market for 5 hours, you probably will take a trade that is not your setup, right? So you train that skill. How is your risk management? How do you tolerate losing few trades in a row, even though they are your A+ setups? How do you, if you make a good trade and you close it too early, are you gonna enter again into this trade? Another thing that you learn on the way with those market hours, right? So some things is, I can tell you what you should not do in terms of risk management, psychology, and so on. You probably still, even if you tell yourself that you're gonna take everything into your knowledge and you're gonna apply it, we are humans. We sometimes think that whatever happened with me or with this guy, it's not gonna happen. Like, whatever happened with this guy, it's never gonna happen with me. Oh, I've seen the stories how someone loses their funded account in 20 seconds. It's never gonna be me, you know. And that's human aspect. We always think that something doesn't happen to me that is happening to others until it happens with us. So it doesn't really matter how I'm guiding you. You're probably still gonna do some mistakes, and it's just part of really becoming the trader. Like, I read not a lot of books, but few books in trading. I watched different mentors, I watched different YouTube videos and so on. Even though they said so many things that were useful, I still had to do those mistakes sometimes myself. Alan Kehovic, I love you, dog. I appreciate you. I love reading messages like this. Stay main, it was the same thing about what market is trying to make you feel. I never discussed this aspect, but like, that's why, don't get me wrong, I believe in key levels. I, especially with assets like for NQ and ES, key levels are important. Support, resistance, they are always important, but they are even more important for me, in my eyes, more important in terms of stocks, like Nvidia, Apple, and so on, and they're more important like assets like Bitcoin and so on, right? Like, you really want to buy Bitcoin at, let's say, 20,000. If you see Bitcoin right now at 20,000, you're probably gonna be like, knowing Bitcoin history, it might be a good time to buy it. So don't get me wrong, key levels are important, but what I kind of never maybe said out in this channel, or what I always wanted to say, is just like, my thinking of the market is, forget the key levels. There's a lot of news going on, by the way, right now. The market is moving really strange. But what is, like, how do I feel about the market? Like, does everyone feels bullish? Like, they always say that people are the best reverse indicators, right? And it is, like, sometimes I go and read hours of Wall Street Bets comments, and I can probably do it with some kind of AI automated bot who will read the comments and make me summary. But I really like to see, based on today, then I'll smoke some, you know. I'm not saying I'm smoking anything illegal, come on guys, but I smoke some, and then I'm gonna read Wall Street Bets comments, because I want to see how are people feeling who are super bearish. Are they desperate? Are they switching to bullish? Are people looking for more for shorts or longs? And of course, you can do it in more easier way in terms of watching the the puts and calls ratio and gamma and everything, where you get into the options level. But I really like to be some kind of way involved with the market psychology. How did we react to the bad news? If market was logical, then would we be down more, right? Because in my eyes, when the war started, I didn't have really experienced trading an ongoing like real war, you know. Yeah, we have Russian-Ukraine, but you can say that Russian-Ukraine war doesn't impact US market so much. But when that Iran war started and how it started like escalating, like in my head I was like, holy shit, this market is gonna really not collapse, but it's gonna be really bearish. And it was not really like that. We were not so bearish. Like, we be more bearish than bullish, don't get me wrong. And then we had those Trump candles, Trump news. I don't use the manipulation in this trading really easily. I believe like some 90% of what people call manipulation is actually them just oversizing and then getting caught on the wrong side and so on. But I mean, there was a manipulation. There still probably is with all those headlines and everything. So it's really trying to understand what's the overall feeling from everyone else. Has the market convinced everyone that it's only shorts? Maybe then it's time to long, right? Is the market feeling like longs are inevitable, they are invincible? Maybe that's the point where I'm gonna be like, okay, it's a little bit sketchy. Everyone is so bullish. We've been making money for the bulls for a long time, and now we're gonna, let's say we start super bullish the New York session as well. That's like my signal. Okay, I'm gonna try shorts, because this is the market open is kind of confirming everyone the idea that, yeah, you're right, we are bullish. So that's what I wanted to say. Over trading is an issue I have. I saw your post on Reddit advertising your channel, and then I watched your stream from Friday after the fact. Your patience is amazing and what I need to practice. Yeah, it's truly like, wait, I need to change this. It's a little bit how do you practice patience? It's a really good question. Like, I wanna tell you like what actually helps you with patience. I mean, it has to be. Let me try to think for a moment, because I want to give you not some cliche cheesy answer. I want to give you like something you can actually use. I think one thing you can do for the patience, if you have a really good A+ setup in your head, like the setup that you really want to take, then maybe start, like, even if you don't take it every day or every week, you miss your A+ setups, it happens with all of us. Maybe start putting like notes for yourself how many times it happened and how many times it worked out, because that can give you kind of like confidence that whatever your system is, whatever you're trading actually works. And once you have the confidence to know it works, we will change the playlist 1 second, guys. But once you have the confidence, you guys always make my days somehow. You have such funny comments. But like, once you have the actual data that you measure yourself, not ask from ChatGPT or backtest with the robot, because if you backtest something with code and PineScript and whatever tools you're using to backtest, you get the statistical confidence, right? But if you, let's say, if you just observe the market and you see your A+ setup, make a note. This is the time it happened. Did it work out? And then as you notice them on your, not on your own, not the machine doing it for you, and you see it's mostly working, let's say 60 or 70% of the time, then maybe you will have more patience to actually wait for that A plus setup, because you know that's your freaking money. And another thing is, if you have a problem with patience, I mean, I want to say stream. Honestly, streaming has helped my trading a lot. Don't get me wrong, sometimes I get pressurized a little bit, like, oh, I haven't taken any trades, I'm streaming, I want to show everyone that what I preach and what I show is actually working, and then I end up in a bad setup and I'm not patient enough, right? But streaming itself has really helped me in terms of being patient in front of you guys as well, because I know there is a lot of people who are watching me who are, I would say, more beginner side. I mean, I can see it from some of your questions as well. You're asking like, what should I do as a beginner? So maybe it's also like my whole social media mission as, who was the legend? Alan Gehovic. Alan, you're a legend. But my whole social media kind of mission, or why I'm doing this, is kind of help. I know it sounds cliche, but again, you know my story. I do it because I wish there was someone else showing me the same things that I'm showing, or like kind of guided me in a way. So it's also streaming that has made me more patient. So I don't know if you want to stream your trades, but that can help. And then it's as Stay Main said, there is important thing is really do the journaling. I can show you right now. I have, where is the my look, it's even worn out, but I can show you a little bit. My journaling is inside here, and you can do it digitally as well. I recommend doing it digitally because it's more convenient. Or what I did in the beginning was voice notes. I took my phone and I recorded myself speaking about my emotions in a trade, and it was like, I'm not feeling so confident because it's not going my way directly. The market is doing this while I was expecting this. And then I was listening my voice notes. What I'm trying to say is, besides journaling your trades, it's so important to collect data about yourself. You kind of, like, as soon as you enter on FOMO, take the journal, and especially if, like, the worst thing you can do in trading is entering on FOMO or revenge trading and then winning, because you're kind of insisting into yourself that bad habits are okay because I still won. That's why if you win in the markets as a beginner, I think it's super unhealthy, because you kind of put yourself in the wrong expectations, and you're gonna learn your lessons later. It's always nice to learn your lessons as early as possible, and so on. But like, really journal your emotions, both when you fuck up and when you do really good. Like for me, there was cases where I saw a pattern that I fucked up my trades when I was fighting with my girlfriend, or I was angry with my, I don't know, friends or family, or I had problems at work. Like every time I had problems at my 9 to 5, I came to the market with the wrong mindset. I was like, okay, give me my money market, because this work sucks. I want to become full-time trader, so let me try to make money fast. And so, like, we all have different kind of personal things that we deal with and that affect our trading. And the more you journal these things, like, again, why were you not impatient? What was going on during the day? What was the time of the day you started trading? Did you go to the gym that day? Like, those small things add up, because like, trading is easy in terms of the activity that we are doing, but like, if you really think about it, we are competing with really high stakes. Like, we are taking our piece from a market that gives out really big lessons to the bigger guys, right? There are people who get fired because they press short at the wrong time, or they buy at the wrong time, right? They get fired because they don't get certain percentage of return on their hedge fund or bank, I don't know, investment fund or whatever. So it's not an easy thing to do. So I think it's fair to kind of be a cliche and treat it as you becoming good in anything else. I know I'm one thing I'm pretty good at in life is gaming. I know how to play Counter-Strike. I can challenge confidently anyone in the chat to 1v1 me in Counter-Strike, and I'm confident that I'm gonna destroy you. But it's like with anything else with life, right? If you want to become good, it's not only the activity itself. It's not only playing football and that's it. No, you need to run in the forest to get more stamina. You need to eat healthy and everything. Same goes in trading. Like, what are those things that actually make you win? And then try to repeat them. Like, understand your winning conditions besides technicals, besides technical analysis, strategy, and these things. Like, understand what's the deeper meaning behind your losses and wins as well. Like, really, data about yourself is super important. I'm practicing naked charts analysis like you advised, just watching price action with week-off principles. If you NSO were to start again, what do you want to focus or change anything I'm doing now? I think, I don't know, bro. I played 1.6 Pro. Okay, that's a valid. I played 1. I started at 1.6. That's a valid argument. But I mean, as soon as you are comfortable in from the naked charts, I would add some kind of story element there. Honestly, I would probably, the first thing I would throw in is volume. If you don't have volume, just as these bars here, right? As these bars here and here. Just see how the volume adds kind of like reality check what naked chart is showing you, because volume is one thing that, like, every indicator that I have, whether it's RSI, stochastic, VWAP deviation bands, VWAP, and so on, they are all based on the price action. They're all based on they're lagging a little bit. There is no lie that every single indicator that is out there is a little bit lagging, right? Even if it's millisecond, it's still lagging indicator. There's one thing that is not correlated with the price itself. It's the volume. It's the actual action behind the orders. So if I will just be on the naked charts, I will throw in volume and see how this will help you with naked charts. And my overall, like, 1 minute volume tutorial is make sure that the candle length is equal with the volume. Like, if you have a high breakout candle, make sure that the volume is higher as well, right? If you have a trendy day and then you have a pullback, if the pullback is on a low volume, it's probably just a healthy correction and you're gonna continue the trend. So I would add volume as the first thing in your naked charts, and then maybe start throwing in some divergences. For example, put ES and NQ on the side like I have. See if there's gonna be, like, divergence will be that we're gonna take out this high on either of them, right? Or even we have this pre-market low, yeah. So let's say one of them will take out the low, see how the price acts. Like, these would be the first things that I would add into naked charts. Once you're comfortable with volume, maybe divergences, starting to look different, like, indexes together, because I think, like, if you only watch one index, you're a little bit blind to the bigger picture. Just, again, my opinion. And then once you're comfortable with those things, then okay, let's see how EMAs, do they give you anything? Do they give you better understanding of the trend? Do they give you better understanding of key areas and so on? If they don't use EMAs. You don't need to trade exactly like me, but it's just step by step from the naked charts. I lost my confidence last week where I blew my account in just 2 days with emotional overtrading. Yeah, it's I don't know what else to say to you. It's unfortunately extremely common for everyone. As soon as they get funded, they trade completely differently, and especially, like, if you start red your funded account, oh, bro, you want it back to zero at least as soon as possible. Not even profits. You just want to restart again, and then you fuck up. Personally, I just started trading around this time last year, and another thing that I also realized is not every strategy will work for you. For your brain, you have to find something you can understand 100%. Like, I could never be a like a proper breakout trader. I do take breakout trades, even 15-minute orb is breakout strategy, right? But there are some traders who only wait for price to hit resistance, and then if the breakout happens, they trade it. It's not bad strategy, it probably works a lot of times because market is trendy, but it can never be me. I just want to, I'm more like, if I'm in a trade in the beginning, so reversals, then I'm okay losing, and like I want to be early in a trade. I can't be riding the breakout just because it's a breakout. You know what I mean? Like that's super true. It's different, like same strategy doesn't always fit into everyone. I miss CSGO, me too. Did you ever lay the Half-Life mod natural selection? No. No, I played, yeah. What's your 9 to 5 job? Is it in finance? No, it's far from finance. I'm in sales. My trading day is done, me too. And I mean, like, I think I got my trade in at the perfect time because market is not doing anything. So that's why also I'm speaking with you guys, because if I see anything interesting, I'll let you know. And at least even if I don't enter myself, I'll let you know if I see anything interesting. Well, honestly, if we're gonna speak about the markets for a moment, I hate trading on Mondays. I never can give you anything with certainty on Mondays. But we are chopping below this New York VWAP. If we speak about technicals, right? If we speak about technical stuff, ES not so much, but we are kind of starting to bear flag. So I'm starting to favor shorts much more than longs. But one news headline can change it really quickly. But just because we are holding, you see how we have this yellow line, which is the New York VWAP. If you don't know how to put it on your charts, you come to this forecasting tool, you click on the anchored VWAP, and then you just press it on the New York opening candle, and then it will give you VWAP from that candle. But yeah, I'm thinking we are a little bit pair flagging. We saw this few weeks ago. This pattern happens a lot, right? We do this, boom. So I wouldn't be surprised of scenario like this, just because this New York VWAP is holding us. There are some, let's see what the EMAs are doing as well. It's a choppy market for sure, but yeah, we are also like, if you look on the 9 EMA on 15 minute, you know I love my 9 EMA on 15 minute. Kind of same story. ES is now closing, yeah, ES is closing this candle below this 9 EMA, or is it 30 seconds? We'll see. But NQ is kind of telling the story as well, that hey, we are finding resistance there. Let's see what the higher time frame is telling us. Yeah, NQ closed 1 hour candle below that 9 EMA as well. ES didn't, so ES kind of needs to confirm, but I think we are building a little case for shorts. I see, like, based on the technicals right now, I would say shorts are much better idea. And I mean, look how stories align, huh? You go on a lower time frame, obviously 5 minute breaks first before 15 minutes. But you see how this 200 EMA is holding as a support. As soon as we break it, it's gonna be bears. It's gonna be shorts. But Drunkenness, have a good one. I didn't wish you a good one. I always appreciate you being here. Drunkenness is one of the day ones, as I call them. When I only had 5 people watching my stream in December, Drunkenness was always here. Short looks interesting. Yeah, I feel. But what's my 9 to 5? It's in sales. I'm in sales. I'm nothing related to finance. You probably, like, I was. You know, it's a little bit funny, you know, trading, everyone associate this with finance. Bro, do you know how they have grades? Of course, you know, you have grades in school, right? So I think we all have similar school system. We have the high school, so we have 9 years as the like mandatory school, and then 3 years as a high school, which is optional in Estonia. But when I was in high school, so after 9 years you have 3 more years. When I was in these 3 years, on my second year, so we have grades from 1 to 5 in Estonia. 1 is you didn't do anything, you pretty much missed your exam, you missed your test, and 5 means you did really solid job. I got my math grade on the second year of high school 1. There's different reasons. I didn't enjoy my teacher. I was literally like beefing with her. She was not my best friend, I would say that. But I was really bad at mathematics. I still use, I pull up the calculator and I do the most simple when I calculate my payouts and everything. Like, I'm not saying I'm dumb in maths, but me working in finance, yeah, that's I'm happy that there is calculators and ChatGPT. If you ever found yourself in overtrading mode, take that money and fund NSO. Bro, we don't have Artemis in this chat, but we had our first donation, my first donation ever. Man, it was a special moment. I told my girlfriend, oh my god, someone donated. Guys, you don't need to donate. I'm never begging you or asking for donations. It's not gonna put you in any special VIP club. I don't monetize anything about the training. If you do, thank you. I'm really appreciate it, and I'll put the money always back to the community, whether it's to my editors or something about the community. But yeah, we had our first donation last week, and I don't see, I think, on my stream when someone donates, so spam in the chat if you do. Again, not asking for it, you don't need to do it. Save your money for trading, for TradingView, for example, maybe order flow. But yeah, like I said, shorts look more appetizing, and there it is. We are breaking out this breaking out from this bear flag. If teacher teaches Fibonacci, you enjoy. Yeah. Now going back in time. Oh, you mentioned Fibonacci. I'm locked in. What else? Did I miss anything? I look charts and write all times and entrance according to strategy. I determine some entrance time zone. I stop my overtrade with own time zone. Yes, 100%. I don't trade. In the next 25 minutes, I should be stopped trading. Like, if I'm in the position before that 25 minutes, that's fine. And there are exceptions. This is not my hard rule. If the setup really is choicy, I can still enter. But usually 25 minutes from now, when we close this 1 hour candle, usually, at least last year, we'll see, maybe the market conditions change this year, but last year it was really slow. It's boring 2-3 hours, I think. It's like pre-market. It's a little bit more boring, and I don't trade this time, so that's also not random. This comes from the fact that I realized from my journaling I'm not really winning much trades if I trade so late. Actually, I'm gonna show you nice behavior. I'm gonna lock myself out for the day from my XFAs. I feel I have such a good day on XFA. 300 is my profit call. That's Monday. If I'm gonna trade, I'm gonna trade the combine. So maybe we can find a trade for the combine. I have fresh combine. Maybe I can find a trade. Oh yeah. Guys, would you agree? Besides me hitting my trade, if you've seen my topstep appearances before, would you say that was the best appearance? Maybe I'm biased because I hit the trade. Monday or Friday, which one? I think they're both ass. Honestly, I think Fridays are a little bit better because you kinda have. I mean, last year Fridays were sometimes really good because Fridays were really. They had a similar pattern. They had a pattern where if we bump all week, we're gonna flush on Friday. If we dump all week, we're gonna squeeze those shorts on Friday. Then there was also a lot of times last year was Friday was super rangy day. So even if you had a good market, Friday was something like this, you know? And then you kind of like, okay, on Fridays I'll play the range, or I play the reversal if the week was super one directional. So Fridays can get the pass in my eyes in terms of not being the worst day of the week for trading. But for me, Monday has been the worst, because again, like, you don't have any information but besides last week. So I love when Monday kind of gives something, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are the best days to trade in my opinion. Always market moves the most. I don't know. It's just, I think Monday is the worst. Friday is not the best as well, but you can make some exceptions for Friday being not as bad as Monday. I think Monday is usually the best. I went for it stop above pre-market high, see if we get somewhere. Pre-market high, this high? Yeah, I mean, if you're in short, protecting over this orb high is, I think, good idea. If it goes there, you're fucked anyway, right? And for us to come where we opened last night, I mean, this was yesterday night, right? Tonight, pretty much, right? 260 points. Nice. It's NQ. You can do it. The only thing is headlines. I think the technicals say that we should be shorting this market. The bear flag is kind of bear flagging as well. The only thing is, if there's headlines, that's just have your stop loss, and then it is what it is. Not trying to glaze or gloat, but I would have to say you're definitely the best guest I personally seen on Topstep TV. They are lucky to have you on, honestly. I'm lucky to have you, Stay Main, in the chat, my man. I mean, Topstep, they have a good list of guests, but I'm a humble man, you know me. But I'm going back on Wednesday. The way they are inviting me back, I'm probably definitely hitting the right spot with the audience. But I mean, I'm not someone who goes on Topstep TV and is like, okay, let's trade, let's enter here, now let's enter here. It's like, when my trade comes, it comes. Okay, let's see. Can you explain your trade of today? Yeah. I would say there wasn't many confluences. High time frame being a little bit bearish. High time frame, I mean, not being a little bit bearish, but still bearish, right? The next one is before I entered. So let me put it on the chart as well. Before I entered, my entry was wrong account 392. Give me 1 second. 392. Okay, somewhere here. My DP was here. So before I entered, the market was acting a little bit strange. And what I mean by strange is we had those strange wicks to the upside, which made me like, if this market is super bullish, it probably has more cleaner breakout. This was before I even entered the trade. Just something that crossed my mind before I entered. The next thing was I waited for, there was news, and then there was the 4-hour candle opening. So when the 4-hour candle opened, I saw this is the wick that we made immediately. If you go on a 1 minute chart, yeah, that's the first minute of the 4-hour candle open. For me, I was like, this is like, again, that was going in my head. That was like, this is extremely odd to wick like this and get immediate rejection. And now it's 4-hour opening as well. I'm willing to take the short, because I think like we're not gonna open this 4-hour candle and shoot up. I didn't expect this red candle to follow, but I was expecting maybe something like this at least. Even if we close like higher, right, we will leave this wick, and I was kind of trading the wick as a short. So that's super aggressive 4-hour opening. And then the another thing I had on my, when I was on Topstep TV, I had this chart open. It's still open on my another monitor, and I saw that ES got rejected from the VWAP activation bands. So I was like, okay, if I go into this trade, I didn't have my stop loss here. I had my stop loss above this VWAP activation band. So the idea in my mind is, even if we go higher, maybe there is a possible reaction from the New York VWAP activation bands. And kind of ES already touched it, so it's kind of divergence in terms of one doing something you're expecting from another. And later, I didn't notice this in a moment, but later I also noticed this, which is 5-minute pull trap. It was nice confluence, but I didn't check it in, I didn't see it in the moment when I entered the trade, but it was pretty much intuition, high time frame, still bearish, 4-hour super bullish, strange opening with immediate reaction, and then ES. It's called VWAP activation bands. It's, if you come to my Discord, let me show you. We have my charts and indicators, and then you have, let me find it for you. It's called, oh, here it is, VWAP activation bands. If you want to find it on TradingView, it's, I'm gonna copy this in the chat as well. This indicator, and then my settings here as well. If you wanna, I'm gonna finish the stream soon as well, so if you wanna browse, but it's also in my Discord, and my Discord is free, of course. I think, isn't Trump scheduled to speak? I remember he was scheduled to speak. Yeah, okay, it's in 2 hours. No, in 1 hour. So that kind of little bit changes the technicals in terms of maybe chop until like something like this, you know, kind of chop until Trump starts speaking. Based on his tweets, I don't think that his speaking is going to be super bullish, but I'm not sure if it's war related as well. Kind of range, right? But we are bear flagging in a range. I would favor shorts from here if I was trading myself. Of course, you want better entries. Probably this New York VWAP kind of aligns with this bear flag. Easter event, yeah, but it's Trump. It can be Easter event. He's gonna turn it about himself. For him, Easter is probably Trump Day. Again, I'm not political or anything, I'm just making a joke. Okay guys, but honestly, I think that's it for me. Since I'm not trading, I'm gonna get some food. Tomorrow, I'm not on Topstep TV, so we're gonna turn the stream on the market open. Market's really boring as well. Yeah, I think I'm not gonna push it. I feel that I want to get some food. Market is boring. I shared my analysis. I think, do we have anything else that I'm missing in this market? 15-minute 9 EMA is not the worst idea to short probably. Now that we closed the ES below it as well. Yeah, that 15-minute 9 EMA is not the worst place to short. So 10 points to go if we go there. And then for trade confirmation, you want to see this 200 break on 5 minutes. Of course, 5 minutes is not as important, but as always, if you don't know this, how I explain time frames is, imagine ice on a lake, and that ice is really, really fat. And for you to break that ice, you need a lot of small cracks. And those small cracks are this lower time frame. For us to break anything on a higher time frame, you need to start making damage in the lower time frame. So based on that, if you get shorts anywhere from there, I will really monitor this 5 minute 200 EMA. As you see, it's holding as a support really well. As soon as we do something, let's say this EMA goes something like this, as soon as we close candle below it and then we retest, just hold your short and make sure you have stop loss because Trump will be speaking. But other than that, I think shorts are better idea than longs. It's not much going on. Don't have any big divergences. 15-minute ES kinda testing the 9 EMA on 15-minute right now. We'll see if that's enough. We have 30 minutes until this 15-minute candle close. Would I jump into trade immediately? I don't think so. Atomic, man, I need to personally thank you. I'm gonna finish the stream soon. I'm done with trading today. I made my money. I locked myself out. I have a combine to trade, but I don't think I'm gonna trade it today. But Atomic, I need to tell you, thank you for donation. I had no idea you donated, my friend. I had zero idea. You are my first donation ever in my life. So it was a really cool feeling to see that someone actually donated me. Again, you guys, you don't need to donate me. Save your money for trading. But it was just awesome to see, and I'm sorry that I missed it on the stream. I don't get notifications. I will fix it. There's gonna be a new setup really soon where I'm gonna have much better view of everything that's going on. But yeah, I'm just glad that you came here before I finished the stream, because I was like, holy shit, someone donated. So Atomic, thank you again, man. It was really cool to see. It's not about the money so much. You bought me a nice burger or coffee, but it's more like, holy shit, someone donated. Like, it was awesome feeling. So thank you for that. Anyways, guys, I'm done for the day. I'm gonna stream again tomorrow at New York Open. Trade safe. Don't overtrade. It's Monday. If you find your winner, take it. Watch the market. Let it see how it behaves to the news. Like, try to, if you will take something away from my streams. Jesus, I sound so cliche. If you will take something away, I would say, like, try to see the market, what it's trying to do psychologically to everyone. Like, in terms of, like, what is it trying to make everyone feel for the rest of the week? If it's super bullish, it's probably trying to make everyone feel bullish. So that usually means you want to look for shorts if technicals agree. Vice versa, if you're super bearish on Monday, we had this last week. We had super bearish Monday, we had super bullish Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I think. So try to observe the market, try to understand what it's trying to make everyone feel, because as soon as everyone feels one direction in this market and they are 100% convinced in their bias and direction, that's usually when we get the best reversals. Anyways, do not make it too cliche. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for watching Topstep TV. We fucking did it. We found our 100-point trade on Topstep TV. I'm gonna celebrate it with some nice food and maybe even record a new video for you guys. Alright guys, I'll see you tomorrow on the